Welcome to the Auto Video Editor, another innovative product from DataVideo. The Auto Video Editor makes it fun and easy to copy all the best scenes from your camcorder tapes while skipping over all the scenes you don't want. Why is that so important? Sometimes you may accidentally leave your camcorder on and shoot video you don't want. What do you do to eliminate it? Sometimes you may shoot a lot of video footage that is uneventful just so you can capture one brief moment. What do you do with all the extra footage? Sometimes you may shoot video that is just too boring or bad, that you never want to watch it again. How do you get rid of it? And sometimes you shoot so much good video footage that you want to edit the scenes together in the most professional way possible. Whatever your specific needs are, the DataVideo Auto Video Editor can make your video look smooth, exciting, and professional. So let's get started. The first thing to do is connect all of your equipment properly. The typical setup includes a camcorder, VCR, and TV. First, on the back panel of the editor, slide off the lid of the battery compartment in the direction of the arrow. Insert 2 alkaline AA batteries as shown inside the compartment. These batteries will keep your edit commands stored in memory even when the main power is off. Now take the remote control unit that is included with the editor. Aim it at the remote sensor on the front of the VCR and connect its plug into the editor's IR remote jack. Now connect your camcorder. Use one of the 2 edit cables included with the editor. If you have a Sony, Ryko, Nikon, or most other types of 8mm camcorders, use this cable called a Control L cable. If you have a Panasonic, JVC, or most other types of VHS and VHS-C camcorders, use this cable with the 5-pin plug. Plug the cable that works with your camcorder into the camcorder's edit jack. Plug the other end of the edit cable into the editor's edit jack. Now connect all the necessary audio-video cables. Use standard phonotype cables for audio and either phonotype or S cables for video. Use one set of cables to connect the camcorder's output jacks. To the editor's input jacks. Use another set of cables to connect the editor's output jacks. To the VCR's input jacks. Next, connect the AC adapter included to the editor's power jack and plug the other end into any wall outlet. Finally, turn on the power to all video equipment, including the editor. Make sure the camcorder is in playback mode. Make sure the VCR is in line input mode. Make sure the VCR is connected properly to the TV. Get a blank tape ready for the VCR. And now we're ready to go on. Let's teach the editor how to control your VCR. For the editor to learn how to control your VCR, you need to review the buttons on your VCR remote control. Most of the commands are simple: play, stop, pause, rewind, fast forward, record. But in addition to these, you need to determine which button releases pause when the VCR is paused in record mode. If that sounds confusing, don't worry, we'll help you figure it out right now. First, press the record button to put your VCR in record mode. The VCR starts recording. Now press the pause button. The VCR is now paused in record mode. The key question here is which button will now release pause and make the VCR start to record again. It's usually one of three buttons: pause, record, or play. On this particular VCR remote, the button that releases pause is the pause button. Now pause is released and the VCR resumes recording. Whichever button is on your VCR's remote control, make a note of it. Call it the in key. We'll use it again in just a moment. Now let's look at the keys on the editor's front panel. First, press the editor's program key and hold it for about 3 seconds. If everything is connected properly, the editor will enter its Learn mode, and this display will appear on your TV screen. Now press the editor's In key. The In line on the screen will start to flash. Now it's time to use that VCR remote control button, the one we called the In button, that releases pause when the VCR is paused in record mode. Aim the VCR remote at the editor's sensor a few inches away and press that button. If the editor reads the signal properly, the In line will stop flashing and the word OK will appear on the screen. If the letter F for fail appears instead of OK, try again. Press the editor's In key and then the correct VCR remote button. Make sure the remote is pointed at the editor's sensor. Next, press the editor's Out key. The Out line on the screen will start to flash. Again, aim the VCR remote at the editor's sensor. This time, press the Pause button, as the on-screen instructions indicate. Again, if the editor reads the remote control signal properly, the Out line will stop flashing and OK will appear on the screen. Next, press the editor's VCR Rewind command key. Be sure to press VCR Rewind, not Camera Rewind. The rewind line on the screen will start to flash. Aim the VCR remote at editor's sensor. Press the rewind button and OK should appear on the screen. Next, press the editor's VCR Play command key. The play line on the screen will start to flash. Aim the VCR remote at editor's sensor. Press the play button and OK should appear on the screen. Next, press the editor's VCR Fast Forward key. The Fast Forward line on the screen will start to flash. Aim the VCR remote at editor's sensor. Press the Fast Forward button and OK should appear on the screen. Next, press the editor's VCR Stop key. The Stop line on the screen will start to flash. Aim the VCR remote at editor's sensor. Press the Stop button and OK should appear on the screen. Next, press the editor's VCR Pause key. The Pause line on the screen will start to flash. Aim the VCR remote at editor's sensor. Press the Pause button and OK should appear on the screen. Finally, press the editor's Edit key. The Edit line on the screen will start to flash. Aim the VCR remote at the editor's sensor and press Record. Note that on some VCR remotes, you just need to press one Record button, while on some others, you need to press Record and Play buttons at the same time. OK should appear on the screen. Now that every line on the TV screen says OK, press the editor's Program key once. This will take the editor out of Learn mode and put it into Program mode. Now press the editor's Setup key. The TV screen will display Setup mode information. Note that the cursor is pointing to Sony Control-L. If you are using an 8mm camcorder and the Control-L edit cable, leave this setting as it is. If you are using a VHS or VHS-C camcorder and the 5-pin edit cable, change this setting to Panasonic 5-pin by pressing the editor's In key. You should leave the rest of the setup mode options as they are for now. If you want to learn more about these options and when to change them, consult the instruction manual. Now, press the editor's program key again. This will take the editor out of setup mode and put it back into program mode. Make sure the editor's remote control unit is still pointed at the VCR. And test all the editor's VCR command keys. The VCR should respond when you press these keys. If it doesn't, you should go back and follow this instruction tape again, or refer to the instruction manual. After testing the editor's VCR command keys, you're ready to learn how to edit a camcorder tape manually. Your TV screen should be displaying program mode information. Press the editor's Auto Manual key so that the word Manual appears in the upper right corner of the screen. We are going to show you the easiest way to make a manual edit, with simple cuts between every scene. If you want to experiment with fading between scenes, consult the instruction manual. First, using the editor's camera command keys, cue your camcorder tape to a point several seconds before the point you want to start recording. Note, if the camcorder does not respond to the editor's command keys, make sure the edit control cable is properly connected, or see the troubleshooting section of instruction manual before continuing. Now press the editor's edit key. The VCR shall activate the record and then pause command. Note, if the VCR does not respond to the record and pause command, make sure the IR remote unit is aimed at the right position of the VCR remote sensor. If it still doesn't work, please make sure the editor's IN key has been learned with the correct unpause command of your VCR. What happens next is simple. You press the editor's camera play key to start playing back your camcorder tape. When you see the start of a scene that you want to keep, press the editor's IN key. The on-screen display will show only your video image, and your VCR will record it. When you see the end of the scene that you want to keep, press the editor's OUT key. The on-screen display will show the word OUT over the video image, and your VCR will stop recording. When you see the start of the next scene that you want to keep, press the editor's IN key again. The VCR will start recording again. When you come to the end of this keeper scene, press the editor's OUT key again. The VCR will stop recording again. Continue this procedure throughout the entire camcorder tape. Press IN at the start and OUT at the end of every scene you want to keep. It's that simple. Your VCR will record just the scenes you want and skip all the scenes you don't want. To review your edited material, just use the editor's VCR command keys to rewind and play back the VCR tape. Note that your original camcorder tape is still complete. You have not lost any of your original footage. Now let's look at the more complicated, but also more creative process of automatic editing. If you've followed along as we've explained manual editing, the display on your TV screen should look like this. Now press the editor's Auto Manual key, and the screen will change. The word Manual will disappear from the upper right corner, and a tape counter number will appear. Next, press the editor's Delete key, and you'll get this on-screen display. Answer yes to the on-screen prompt by pressing the editor's IN key. Next, press the editor's Reset key, and you'll get this on-screen display. Again, answer yes to the on-screen prompt by pressing the editor's IN key. The editor will automatically rewind your camcorder tape to the beginning and reset its tape counter to 0. When you edit your tapes, Especially if you have a lot of footage to edit, we recommend that you use the storyboards provided with the editor. They will help you organize your edits very clearly. The instruction manual explains in detail how to use the storyboards. We won't get so detailed here. We're just going to show you the basics of automatic editing. Just as you did for manual editing, press the editor's camera play key to start playing back the camcorder tape. Now, just as you did for manual editing, use the editor's in and out keys to mark the start and end of every scene you want to keep. The difference here is the editor won't record the scenes right away. It will just store them in memory so you can work with them later. Go through your whole camcorder tape, pressing in at the start and out at the end of all the scenes you want to keep. Note that in the top left corner of the screen, the editor numbers every scene. When you finish marking your camcorder tape, press the editor's camera stop key. And then press the editor's program key. The editor will enter edit mode, and this on-screen display will appear. This display gives you the most advanced on-screen editing control available from a non-broadcast editor. The SQ column shows the sequence of scenes, that is, the order in which the scenes will play back. The SN column shows the scene numbers, assigned to each scene marked on your tape. The scene numbers start out in numerical order, but as you'll see in a moment, you can rearrange them into any playback sequence. The I and O column lets you select in and out effects for scene transitions, and the counter column shows tape counter numbers at the start and end of each scene. You can rearrange the playback sequence of scenes by adding and deleting any scenes you want. To add a scene, use the editor's arrow keys to select the point of insertion. For example, to insert a scene into the sequence 003 position, move the cursor down to the sequence 003 row. Next, using the editor's number keys, type in the number of the scene you want to insert. For example, if you wanted to see scene 005 in the sequence 003 position, enter 005. Note that scene 005 now exists two places in the sequence, once where you just inserted it and once where it was originally positioned. To delete a scene from a sequence, just move the cursor to that scene number and press the editor's delete key. For example, if you wanted to delete scene 005 from its original position, move the cursor to that position and press delete. You can also repeat scenes as many times as you want, just by inserting the same scene number into multiple sequence positions. Note that at any time you add or delete a scene, all following scenes change position in the sequence and thus get a new sequence number. After you finalize a sequence of scenes for your edited video, you can choose what kind of transitions there will be between scenes: straight cuts, black fades, or white fades. Use the editor's arrow keys to move cursor to the I/O column. Press the editor's in key to toggle through your choices on how the scene will come in. C means the scene will cut in. B means the scene will fade in from black, and W means the scene will fade in from white. Press the editor's out key to toggle through your choices on how the scene will go out. C means the scene will cut out. B means the scene will fade out to black. And W means the scene will fade out to white. The editor's unique on-screen edit display also lets you adjust the starting and ending points of each scene, virtually frame by frame. Use the editor's arrow keys again to move the cursor to the counter in or out column of the scene you want to adjust. Press the editor's In key to increase the counter number. Press the editor's Out key to decrease the counter number. For more details on when and how to use the counter adjustment, and also for tips on how to use the in and out transition options, consult the instruction manual. One more thing you can do with this edit mode on-screen display is preview individual scenes. Just use the arrow keys to move the cursor to the SN column of the scene you want to preview. And press the editor's Preview key. The editor will automatically queue up and play back that scene. When the scene preview is complete, the screen will say Preview End. Press the Program key to return to Edit mode. You can also watch a preview of the entire edit sequence you have arranged. To do this, press the Program key again to exit Edit mode, and go back to Program mode. Now, in Program mode, press the Preview key again. The editor, by automatically controlling all of your camcorder's functions, will play back all the scenes you have arranged in sequence. During the preview, the screen will display several pieces of information. See the instruction manual for details. When the scene preview is complete, the screen will say Preview End. Press the Program key to return to Program mode. After you've set up your final edit sequence and fine-tuned it to perfection, all that's left is to let the editor go to work. Just press the editor's Edit key and sit back and watch. The editor controls every function of your camcorder and VCR to record a smooth, professional-looking, expertly edited video.